This is Boxing Tickets NI, and we're joined with Ciaran McVarnock. How are you, Ciaran?
I'm alright, man. Not too bad. Just chilling out before going to do some training.
I know, obviously, I think the last time we spoke was about 6 months ago. We obviously had to cut the interview short with a bit of a memory card issue, but what's been going on with you since?
Not much really, to be honest. Just traveling. Bit a lot of traveling. Now I've just been on a few trips with the missus and stuff. Just enjoying some valuable time together. Um, just taking over myself really. Just doing my own training and just enjoying myself really.
And obviously, for probably people that may not know, obviously, Nicole um, had obviously a big battle with cystic fibrosis in 2019. So, probably the good thing that the lockdown sort of helped us give you a lot of time that probably at times you probably didn't expect you have. So how's Nicole? How's Nicole been getting on?
Oh, she's unbelievable now at the minute. Obviously, Christmas last year she was on death's door, obviously, but at the minute she's obviously she's amazing. She's got her own obviously clothing brand, 65 Roses, the brand. Um, she's been really busy with that, and so been really successful, doing well. So she's been keeping really busy. She's been happy. She's healthy, and that's all you want from her really.
And I know obviously in your own social media, you sort of like a 2019, 2020, 2021, obviously the reoccurrence of obviously yourself. So now that Nicole's in the mend, it's obviously now about yourself getting your own fight career back underway.
It is, yeah. And Nicole's supportive on that. Nicole actually thinks that because of her going in the hospital and me having to try and take time away from boxing and stuff like that, she thinks that like it's her fault that I haven't been boxing. Um, it's not her fault. Obviously, she can't control her illness and things like that. There, the 65 roses, she can't control that, and it is what it is. But I was getting a date in November. Nicole fell ill in November. Couldn't fight. I was given in a fight in February and said not to fight because Nicole was just on the mend that didn't want to take another turn again. So after there's two fights there, I knocked back because I wanted to be there for Nicole. But she thinks it's her fault that I haven't boxed and things like that there. But it's not her fault. It's just something that any mom would do. But she's really supportive of me, and she's saying just go, telling me to go away and go and fight and do this. But she's not holding me back. She's more or less pushing me and telling me to go and do it.
And obviously that's a good thing it's a probably unselfish thing for her to do because, having you around there all the time obviously helps, but she obviously is supportive of you in your own boxing career as well.
She's really supportive. Obviously she's really busy herself with her business and stuff, and both of us got our own goals, our own ambitions, and obviously she understands I've got to do what I've got to do. She does what she does, and we both support each other. And we just got to go and do it.
And obviously with yourself, we've sort of known about this for a while, but sort of kept it off social media. You've relocated back to Manchester again.
I have, yes. We just there's a lot of reasons why. Obviously, first thing people are going to think, oh, chin trainer, Jerry Story and stuff like that. It's nothing to do with Jerry Story. There's there's no trainer. I don't know. I just I've got so much respect for Jerry Story, senior and junior. Honestly, I love them the best. They're absolutely amazing. I could bring them to Manchester. I could. They're uh honestly I can't speak highly enough of them. Do I believe they would have made it happening to me? Yes. Um, it's a shame just all this year COVID stuff and things going on. The gym all had to be closed. Since March I haven't been open. They have had to stick to rules. Manchester, they've got just professional gyms, and because it's done as elite sport, they're allowed to be open. But in Jerry Story's gym, there's a lot of amateurs and stuff, and it's not done as an elite sport, so it can't open. Um, so really, I can't train, I can't do this, I can't do that, and obviously, I can't wait in COVID passing for me to fight. I can't do that. So made the move over to Manchester. With I'm back here again. Um, is it easier than before? Honestly, it's not. Just there during all this year COVID stuff. I've been actually living my best life, to be honest. I'm so happy being back home and living they bring my best days. Me and the missus are having a really good time and stuff together, going away and that. But again, you have to enjoy yourself, and then you have to just go and knuckle down with work, and I work. The main thing is boxing.
And obviously you've been a pro since 2013 now, so you're pretty much like a veteran of the sport, and you're only 28 years of age as well. So I know you've obviously done a bit of traveling and stuff in the past. You've fought 11 times in that period. So who's going to be training you in Manchester now that you've relocated back?
It's going to be Steve Miller. Steve Miller is going to train me. I've always had a connection with Steve from when I was with Farney. I was going to his gym, spawn his lads and stuff like that. Always loved the style of his fighters. As he's got Terry Flanagan, world champion, world champion. Been there, done it all. He's travelled the world with boxing and things like that. He's got Zach Miller. He's got featherweight, super featherweight, so he's great for sparring. Undefeated fighter on the rising. You've got Jack Rafferty, another great fighter, smashing fighter, tough as nails. He's actually injured at the minute. Still training away in the gym, but is out injured at the minute with his hand. And you've got Liam Taylor. He's actually fighting for a brace. Well, should be fighting for a brace title here soon. Fingers crossed. And so another undefeated fighter, 3 undefeated fighters there. And then you've got Ty Flanagan. So the gym itself is thriving. Great trainer and Steve Millett, and it's unbelievable. It's a great gym, but I think if I was back home and stuff still, because I've got a lot of distractions back home, to be honest, obviously with just the way I am, and I love just being a hobby, going away with the missus, city breaks and shit like that there. But with boxing, you can't do that, and that's one of the reasons why I choose over here again for, because if I'm back home, I'll skip the gym, I'll do this, not do that. But when I'm here, I'm just 100% focused, boxing, boxing, boxing.
And obviously having a lot of other professionals around you there, you can obviously pick up attributes that they have and how they get the best of themselves. Because nearly 2 years out of the ring, you're probably going to have a lot of rust coming back in the action. So sort of tips and tricks will do you good favors.
Yeah, I'll get a maiden sparring. Zach's unbelievable fighter, great fighter. Got Jack Rafferty there in the gym as well for me, so I've got unbelievable sparring, got great sparring. And then obviously Manchester just stream with featherweight, super featherweight. So there's loads of sparring for me. Loads of people to learn from. I'll pick up a lot of things. So I think I'm just going to get better and better.
And obviously, we had sort of a laugh and a joke last week online. Kevin Murray, your manager, he's obviously said you're not allowed any more holidays. Do you have 5 more fights?
Yeah, Kevin says he's going to take my passport off me, so I don't go away again. But yeah, I think I'm losing this tan. Right back from Dubai last week, I'm losing this tan, so I need to get away before it goes again. But no, that's one of the things I said to Mrs. That's one of the reasons why I went to Dubai. It's that with boxing, I'm not going away all year. So we can go away get Christmas time, but all this year I'm not going away, and that's the reason why I booked Dubai. So boxing, boxing, boxing again, and no more distractions, no more holidays, and that's it.
And how's everything been going with Kevin? Obviously, I know you haven't fought under Kevin yet, but it seems like you've built a really good connection with Kevin, and obviously he's kept with you even with the pandemic and things like that. So how's the connection went with Kevin? And
You know what? I've got so much belief in Kevin. He says he's going to keep me busy, and he's promised that so far. I haven't had a fight with him, but he's given me fight dates. Um, I was meant to fight in November. Obviously, Nicole fell sick. Gave me February. I said no because she was still recovering, and it gave me um May in Manchester, June the Frampton Bill, and July in Manchester again. And bang, COVID hit, and it all called off. At the start of June, I was offered to fight an undefeated kid on BT Sport at the end of July. I said yes. I rang Jerry Story up. I said to him, I've got a fight here, stuff like that there. I said, Kim can't take it. He says, come on. I said, come on, we've got BT Sport and all that shit. And he says, can't do it. Kieran, no one's going to come and spar you all this COVID stuff. And plus the gym's still not open. You're not open the gym. So I had to ring Kevin back and tell him, can't take the fight. Again, there are a lot of fights there. It would have been great for me. Carl Frampton on the card. I believe that would have been in Windsor Park. So that would have been unbelievable out there. I would have loved that there. And it get me on TV again, fighting on TV again. So he has kept his word. He promised he'd keep me busy, and he's been doing it. But again, with other reasons, not his fault. West hadn't pulled through, but he will keep me busy once things get up and running again.
And now you obviously has a case for yourself. It's just sort of starting to get the wheels in motion, and then hopefully get a fight date soon. Then is it?
Yeah, I'm fingers crossed. End of March, start of April. At the minute, I'm in the gym, just trying to get really, really fit again. I'm learning. Just trying to get the style of how Steve wants me to fight. Get rid of all the bad stuff that I've got. I've only been there. This is my first week with Steve, and I've been there 3 nights, and what I've learned already, it's incredible. He's not far off the type of trainer that Jerry Story is. They have a lot of similarities, and which is really good. But he sees a lot of weaknesses in me, and that's what he's trying to improve, trying to get away from me, and trying to build my strengths and other things.
Obviously, bad habits creep in more sometimes than good habits.
Yeah, I've got more bad habits than they good.
And obviously, so you haven't fought since 2019. Obviously, your last fight was against Alec Baza. What weight class are you going to come back into whenever you do obviously get back into the ring?
I'm going to fight a featherweight. 100% featherweight without a doubt. The first fight back will probably be super featherweight. But 1,000,000% it'll be featherweight. I've done my tests and stuff like that to see if I can make it safely and stuff. With my nutritionist, Stephen Floyd, what he knows is unbelievable. That guy is a genius with nutrition. So yeah, he said I can make featherweight easy enough. So I'm gonna be fighting a featherweight definitely.
And obviously, when you look at we're only just at the golden contract finishing the featherweights, and obviously Jazza Dickens beating Ryan Walsh in the final. And funny, Ryan Walsh's title's now become vacant. Lee Wood and Reece Mold's going to be fighting for it. So, sort of, when you look at the landscape in featherweights in the UK, there's obviously going to be a lot of things up for grabs. Warrington obviously vacated his title as well, so I think Kid Galahad's going to be fighting Jazza Dickens for that as well. So definitely going to be a lot more focus in featherweights as well. So a good time to get back in there.
Yeah, the thing is that not much people know about really is just below the British level, the British title. Um, there is a lot of featherweights out there domestically, and they're all really really good. They're all great fighters. There's a lot there. Um, and I'll say we'll all be fighting each other more or less to get a shot at that British title next. After I think Lee Wood will win that. But yeah, I think that's a fight I'll hopefully have next year. Um, is a British title fight. We love that. But again, you have to pass the people in front of you. And again, I want to fight people who's just below that British title to get that. And they're really
No,
good fighters. Really, really
it's
good fighters.
sort of like looking at putting one foot forward first, get back in the ring first before you sort of start trying to look for titles and things like that. So it's getting one out of the way first, and then seeing how active you can be.
Yeah, I've got to have say 2 or 3 fights back. I've got it up my rounds. All I've done is 4 rounders. I've got up my rounds. Um, but since there, the guys I fought, everyone's watching me, my videos and stuff like that, and I've seen me fight. And honestly, I never been able to push where I've had to really, really try. Like in rounds, when I know I'm in the round, I'll not try harder. So I'll just do enough to win the round. Where if someone's come to push me and they're winning the round and stuff like that, that's when I'll step up the gears and I'll move through the pace and stuff like that. But I can honestly say I've never been pushed where I know shit, I'm losing these rounds, I'm gonna lose this fight and stuff like that. So I've just been through the motions, and the best of me I haven't come out yet, but it will come out. Obviously, when I get to take a test, it will come out.
And I know obviously, Kevin obviously has good links with Eddie Hearn and Frank Warren, and Eddie's obviously announced 5 new shows, and um, we obviously have Frank Warren's first show in just over 4 weeks' time, and he's announcing 2 more shows in March. I think the 12th and 27th of March. So obviously, it'll be Kevin to do the work now to get you another fight, and get you out into the ring.
Yeah, Kevin's got a lot of contacts. Obviously, Kevin just he's a manager, but that one of these managers just stays with one promoter and just lets him sit in one show and stuff like that. Kevin runs a lot of small house shows himself. So when his fighters aren't fighting on the big shows, like say twice a year, whatever, 3 times a year, what he would do, he'd put them on small shows and keep them ticking over in between, which is one of the best things for he can do for his fighters because he's just keeping them active, he's keeping taking them over. Because you don't want your fighters, say, fighting twice a year, say BT, Sky Sports, and then waiting 6 months and then they get another fight again. You keep them taking them over in the small shows in between them big and big fights, which is good.
And obviously the last time we spoke, I think James Tennyson was obviously fighting for the British title against Gavin Gwynn. 6 months, probably a lot of times passing. And how impressed were you with Tenny's performance against Gavin Gwynn?
Well, to be honest, exactly what I thought he was going to do. He's so powerful, so strong. I think anyone that stands toe to toe with James isn't gonna win. Like I think so. The only people I think that beats James Townsend is someone that has really good footwork, really slick. The likes of Tam Farmer, who's really good footwork, he's really slick. But other than that, I can't see anyone beating James Townsend. They're going to stand in front of him. The guy has like a train.
And definitely lives up to his nickname as the Assassin as well. He's definitely going to take you out.
Yeah, Daffy does. The thing is, it just when he just seems to getting better and better and better every single round. Just seems to getting stronger.
It does, and I say obviously we're waiting for fight news soon from in 2021, but obviously Gavin's obviously continuing the trend and fighting Irish boxers. He's fighting Sean McComb next week for the Commonwealth title. Yeah, you're looking forward to watching that fight. It should be a good fight.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to it there. I wish I had been in Dubai that week, but yeah, I'm looking forward to it. I think Sean McComb beat him convincingly. Um, it's just a stage. I think Sean McComb's world class. I think Sean McComb will be world champion. Hand on heart, I think he'll be world. I think he's a fantastic fighter. He's got a bit of everything. He can fight the inside. He can box. I think he's a fantastic fighter.
And he's some personality as well to him. I'm just obviously intrigued to see if he's going to come up with another funny ring walk. I think his last fight in August was Bird is the word. So we'll be all intrigued to see if he comes out to you this time.
It's his first title fight, come off title fight. By right, he should be serious, should be really focused, but he's the type of guy who just doesn't crowd commit to anything.
And obviously, it'll be interesting to see now him he became a father, obviously, at the end of December there as well. So now he's obviously got another mouth to feed. Probably might see him trying to do lighter workout opponents and
that's the thing. People may think that he's got a kid and stuff, and he may not have enough time and all to go to the gym and get this and that and more time with his chair and stuff like that. But in a way, it's probably made him more hungry. It's given more motivation. He wants the best for his family. He's got a proper family now. So I think I think it's going to give him more the push on, and I really do think he'll be world champion, and I hope he does.
Definitely, as I said, I don't think there's anybody who doesn't like Sean. He's just happy-go-lucky at all times, Looking obviously another Belfast boxer that's going to be in action. You've Paul Hyland Jr. fighting Liam Walsh for the British title. Probably will be 3 weeks' time. Hyland's obviously become sort of nearly, as you say, as a ghost of the boxing circuit. He's sort of not so vocal now, and he's obviously expecting a child himself in a few months' time. But obviously, it's been up against a well obviously operated Liam Walsh. He's already fought for a world title. Be obviously great if Hilo could keep the tradition going. Lightweight title staying in Belfast for 2 fighters in a row.
It's a tough fight. To be honest, I can't pick a winner between them both. I can't pick a winner between Liam Walsh and Paul Hyland. 2 great fighters. God, I just don't know who will win that fight. Both have similar stage and things. It's not there. I think Liam Walsh switch hitter, but I don't know. I can't pick a winner for that fight. I don't know. I'm stuck. I'll just sit the fence for
that one. And obviously, staying I was sort of thinking you may have come back as a lightweight. So sort of looking at sort of lightweight boxers in action. You've obviously Gary Cully fighting, don't know if I can pronounce his name, Viktor Komcheov, for the European lightweight title in Dubai at the start of March.
I
Um,
can't
should,
remember the name. Um, Again, another great fighter. Very similar to Sean McComb. Just tall for the weight. Rangy. He's been really done the Joe Fitzpatrick. Um, great fighter. I think Guy Coley will go a long way in the sport as well. I've seen that guy fight. Who did that? The
Maxi
Kazakhstan kid, isn't it?
Hughes. I thought Max,
Yeah.
he beat Maxi
But,
Hughes last time out.
yeah, and Staves make fights too. I do think Guy Coley beats him on the off too.
It's
I think
crazy.
Guy beats
I think,
him
well,
easier
Gary Colley's
than
6'2" for a lightweight.
as some says. As some says.
It's unbelievable. And obviously it wouldn't be fitting obviously if we didn't mention obviously Carl Frampton fighting Jamal Ryan in the end. Well, just 4 weeks tomorrow the fight is. Sort of asked a similar question yesterday, Kevin at Yargo, but how massive would it be for Carl to obviously become a three-weight world champion for Irish boxing? What would it mean for boxers coming through?
Oh jeez, I would just I love the same way. I love to see Carl pull it off. Do I think he'll pull it off? Yes. Um, I do think Carl still has the hunger. He has the technique, ability, everything. He has everything there to win it. And the height, well, he's got really the height advantage on Jamal Herring, but height doesn't mean nothing. Size doesn't mean nothing. Um, Carl Frampton was another big game plan, which he usually does. He'll go in there and win that fight. Um, but yeah, I think Carl's going to come through that fight. I think he'll win it quite clear. I really do think he'll win that fight quite clear.
And obviously it's probably a bit early to dream, but with the whole pandemic and stuff going on, but it'd be fitting for Carl then to come back and defend the title at Munzer Park to round off an amazing career.
Yeah, I think they're talking about him fighting. Is it Stevenson?
Yeah,
And defending against Stevenson in Windsor Park, and hopefully that one that I was meant to fight on last year. Hopefully it comes through this year then. But yeah, I hope he does. I really do. I like Carl. Someone I look up to in boxing. He's been there, done it all. He's there to make history, and I hope he does it. I really do hope he does it.
and then obviously one last one with Anto Kokachi versus Leon Woodstock for the British title on the same card. Um, Anto's probably been a wee bit similar to yourself. Probably hasn't been as active. I think he hasn't fought 14 months now since winning the British title. And I know obviously if he comes through the Woodstock fight, he's looking at vacating and looking to world level. At 32, I think he'll be by the time he fights. He obviously wants to push it on now, but obviously Anto's probably been one that's been a dark horse for Irish boxing. Should come through that one easy enough, shouldn't he?
Yeah, he's just a quiet fella, Anthony. He's keeping himself to himself. He's not one of them one that goes on social media and expresses himself or anything like that. But other than that, he's a fantastic fighter, phenomenal fighter. I've seen Frampton make a statement and say that he's the hardest puncher he's ever sparred with. And that's a big statement. But him and Leon Woodstock, British title, defenders British title. I think he wins that. Leon, I think he wins that point because Leon Woodstock is one tough guy. I've seen him fight a lot of times. But I think he's one tough guy. But I think that fight was meant to happen twice already between
Yeah.
them two, and obviously he pulled out because of his tooth or something to do with the dentist and things like that. That was I forget the other reason why. But they're meant to fight twice, and it didn't happen for them reasons. But obviously it's 100% happening this time. It's going to be on the Fountain Bill, so I'll give a big push too. That's on the Fountain Bill. It's not just on an average basic bill and stuff like that. So I do. I think he wins in points. I think Kakaji fights wins in points. I hope he does.
And it probably wouldn't be right of us if we didn't obviously look at another Irish superstar. It's due to make a comeback and Mick Conlon. He's obviously, I think he's scheduled to be out probably early April. And obviously now his focus is changing to actually a former Frampton sparring partner in Stephen Floyd. But obviously it shows that the pedigree in Irish boxing now, that there's so many fighters coming through the world level that it's only making things probably better for yourself for more motivation to keep pushing yourself.
Yeah, 'cause the thing like these are guys want to bring on these big shows. As I people like myself want to fight in these big shows. Mike Conlon, I think he's ready for a world title. He's a world class fighter. Um, I think this year is where he become world champion. I think he's moving down to super bantamweight.
Yeah,
Um, I think he's got that fight. That's more or less done deal. Will happen. So he'll win that WBO, and then I think he'll start running the big shows in Belfast again, holding the big shows there. We need someone to bring back the shows, the Odyssey. Um, and after he sold out the Falchion and things like that, so he's a big name in Belfast. He's a great fighter. He's on the verge of fighting for a world title. So again, people like myself who's on the way up want to fight on the big shows, who's making them things, and obviously push on and make them shows themselves, like myself. But yeah, he's a great fighter. McCullum. I remember being in Jerry Story's gym. I've been training a few times, and he's come in and he's training away, he's talking away and stuff like that. He's great with the kids and stuff. But yeah, he's a great fella, Mike.
definitely is. I want to get your opinion on YouTubers in the sport of boxing. Um, in some ways, it can obviously be good for the sport, but in other ways, it can be bad. There's sort of, I guess, sometimes they probably showing boxers that if they market themselves better, obviously they can make it. What's your sort of views on the YouTubers in the sport of boxing?
They should, I don't believe it. It shouldn't happen. Like YouTubers are YouTubers, boxers are boxers, and MMA fighters are MMA fighters. It shouldn't happen. Like you want to box, just box. I mean, you know, go through the ranks, start from the bottom, make your way up. You don't just go out and start just because you have a following on YouTube, start calling it Conor McGregor and Mayweather and all these other people just because you've got a following. That's the only reason why, because you've got a YouTube following. Why don't you start fighting for a British title? Someone of the British title's going to beat them up. I mean, someone for an Irish title probably beat them up. I mean, domestic level, anyone, me, myself, beat them up. Anyone I will probably beat them up. But they're just, because they've got a following, they're calling these here big names out and it's disrespecting the sport. I remember that their KSI stuff happened actually at the MEN, just around the corner. And I remember that happened, that show, and it was embarrassing and stuff. It was really embarrassing and terrible fighters. Like they actually cannot fight. They can't fight.
Mm. And obviously, I just want to. There's another one I also want to mention as well. As you sort of tipped this on Fergus Quinn the last time we done the interview. Obviously, what you've seen of him so far on the MTK shows, are we seeing obviously now the talks like? Is there a lot more to come from obviously what you've seen in your camp in Spain?
Fergus, I think Fergus will go all the way. And they see these things now, I really mean it. I think Fergus is an unbelievable fighter. So I seen him when I was in Spain, doing a training camp in Spain at Sam Story's place, and I recommend anybody who's not going to go the warm water training to go to Sam Story's place, and I think it's the 12th of July. Unbelievable place. Just great sparring. People from all over the world and stuff come together, and there's like 4 big Olympic sized rings, and everyone just matched up really, and just great sparring. And so anyone wants to have a Sam Story place, but I was there in July there, just gone, and I was sharing a room with a Fergus, and just the way he is, just so professional. You can tell he's been away before till the Irish score and things got just everything just boxing there. Where me, I was boxing, but half having a laugh and stuff. But he wouldn't like that. He was just proper focused on boxing, sleeping, resting, eating, just training. That was it, nothing else. And but when you see him sparring and he was doing like 8 rounds straight with 3 different people, and just like demolishing them. It was like it's crazy. It's just like, and he went out of probably 3rd gear, and the way he was doing it was just he's a great fighter, and he's had I think he had 2 fights
Yeah.
now, and he's looked great doing them as well. So I think he's had 6 rounders as well. I think he'll start stepping it up and he'll start pushing them on more.
And he definitely seems to be all action. He's sort of what you want. When you come to boxing shows and you're going to get value for money. You're not going to get a breath. You're not going to get a chance to move. When Fergus is there, he's just going to keep coming at you until he breaks you down.
Yeah, he's got that exciting style, just constantly in distance, constantly in range. Um, if you're not throwing a punch, what he's going to do, just constantly there, constantly under pressure. His feet work, his distance, everything else is great. Um, Jerry Story, you see them two working together, and you're like, these guys got a great bond. These two going to go far. Like,
Hmm. And obviously then finishing up them yourself. Where do you obviously see your career progress over the next 12 and 24 months?
I don't know. I just see myself just training, fighting, just keep going. Whatever's in front of me, I'll take it. Um, I think a lot of people have asked me how long you going to Manchester for, how long you plan to be there for. As long as I'm successful in boxing, I plan to stay here. Um, if I fail. It happens. But I'm here for the long run. Like, I'm not here for the short time. I'm here for the long run, and hopefully I just keep pushing on.
And have you any aspirations for like Irish, British titles, or what sort of route would you like to go down?
Um, the likes of here, like say like challenge belts and like Southern area and all this and Irish and stuff like that. There, I don't want honestly. I don't want them small titles. I want the likes of British title, Commonwealth, WBO, IBF, things like that. I want them big titles. I want to push on. Say for the first title I really want to fight for is probably the British title. If my manager decides for me to take the British route, um, but either that or he can make me just go and fight for a WBO European and then get a world ranking, go for a European. So it's not up to me. It's up to my manager. He can see what's the best route for me, and I just have to fight whoever's in front of me. It's my job. He does his job. My trainer does his job to train me, and I just do my job. My job is to fight, and I fight.
Okay. Well, look, obviously, we'll obviously thank you for your time, Ciaran. We obviously know you've your second session of the day coming up. But obviously, as ever, we're obviously intrigued to see you coming back in the ring, and hopefully, fingers crossed, you some fight new soon.
Your chat, Stephen. Thank you very much for your time, mate.